Well, good morning. Here it is. Excuse me. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day. We're about halfway through this week, and today is, of course, November the 20th. And I really hope you had a great Tuesday. I hope that you had a great day of hopefully working and doing the things that hopefully God instructed you to do, and whatever your job may be, and doing it to the best of your ability. And but anyway, now here God has blessed us with the breath to breathe on this Wednesday morning. He's given us a brand new day of opportunities ahead of us, and I certainly hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well. Hope it finds you well rested and now ready to tackle the opportunities that God has richly blessed us with here on this Wednesday Hump Day. This morning I want to share a devotional with you entitled "Angels Offer Support." I think one of the most awe-inspiring stories about God's use of angels is found in 2 Kings chapter 6. I think to fully appreciate, this account, some, some background information is necessary. You see, the king of Syria declared war on Israel. And so the Syrian king, he devised, secret battle plans, with his servants. But unfortunately for him, nothing is secret from the Lord. God supernaturally revealed the king's battle plans, to the prophet Elisha. And Elisha in turn then relayed the plans, to the king of Israel. The king of Israel then made the necessary strategic adjustments to thwart Syria's plan. But after being outmaneuvered, one too many times, the king of Syria began to suspect, that an Israelite spy had infiltrated his inner circle. But then he received word about what Elisha was doing. The Syrian king learned that Elisha was, staying in the town of Dothan. And so he sent an enormous army to surround Dothan. And he intended to make Elisha pay for his God-assisted espionage. Now the scene that plays out, starting in verse 14 of 2 Kings 6, it's almost comic. I mean, Elisha's servant Gehazi, gets up in the morning while his, master is still sleeping, and he walks outside to begin his day. And what he sees blows his mind, and so it shakes him to his core. The entire city is surrounded by Syrian troops and instruments of war, and Gehazi knows why they're there. And so while Elisha is, still trying to get a little shut-eye, Gehazi, he starts freaking out. I mean, he wakes the sleeping prophet and he says something to the effect of, Master, we're surrounded by our enemies. What are we going to do? And so, now Elisha, he did not panic, when he heard the news. I mean, in fact, he was probably a little irritated, that his sleep was interrupted. But in verse 16, he says, "Don't be afraid," he told his servant, for there are more on our side than theirs. Now, obviously, that math didn't make sense, to Gehazi, because he was assessing the situation based on what he could see physically. Elisha asked God to sharpen Gehazi's vision, to reveal what was invisible to the servant, so that he could have, a more accurate sense of the situation. And so in verse 17, it says this, "The Lord opened the young man's eyes, and when he looked up, he saw that the hillside around Elisha was filled with horses and chariots of fire." You see, Gehazi saw an invisible army of angels ready to go to battle at God's command. You remember Jesus in the New Testament, he alluded to a similar army when he rebuked Peter, for trying to save him from being arrested. Matthew chapter 26, verse 53. "Don't you realize that I could ask my Father for thousands of angels to protect us, and he would send them instantly?" You know, angels, they have our backs. You know, they stand ready, you know, to support us whenever God commands. And so when you feel alone, you know, anxious or outnumbered, pray as Elisha did and ask God to make you aware of the invisible army that surrounds and protects you. You know, and that's all we have to do is, as believers in Jesus Christ is ask God to provide the protection that we need. And He will provide it. He'll do it in His way. But that's the key for us to be patient and know that He's going to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. And so anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Wednesday morning, on this hump day. Hope you have a great day. And remember, Angie and I, we love you guys and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.